What if I told you there's a reason your body hasn't been getting stronger, even though you've been doing everything you were told was right? You walk almost every day. You try to stay active. You watch what you eat more carefully than you used to. You tell yourself, at least I'm not sitting all day. And yet, something feels off. Your legs don't feel as steady. Getting up from the couch takes more effort than it should. Stairs demand your full attention. You hesitate for just a second before standing. Not because you're lazy, but because your body feels unsure. And that quiet uncertainty can be unsettling. No one likes to admit it, but many people over 60 feel it creeping in. A subtle loss of strength. A gradual fading of confidence in their own body. Not dramatic. Not sudden. Just enough to make everyday movements feel heavier than they once did. Here's the truth that almost no one explains clearly. After 60, your body no longer responds to movement the way it used to. Walking is good. Staying active is important. But movement alone, no matter how consistent, is often not enough anymore. Not even 10,000 steps a day. That's not your fault. It's biology. And here's the empowering part. Once you understand what your body actually needs now, everything changes. Because your body is still capable of building strength. Still capable of adapting. Still capable of rebuilding muscle, balance, posture, and confidence. It just needs a different kind of signal. Today, I'm going to show you 2 simple movements. No gym. No machines. No heavy weights. No complicated routines. Just 2 intentional movements that send a clear message deep into your body. It's time to rebuild. These movements aren't new. You may think you already know them, but no one has likely explained why they work, or how to do them in a way that truly changes your body after 60. And what if I told you these 2 movements could do more than just strengthen muscles? What if they could help you sleep deeper, improve your posture, restore your balance, reduce your risk of falls, and trigger hormonal changes your body still needs to thrive? That's what we're unlocking together today. And before we begin, if you've ever felt like you were doing everything right, but still not seeing results, you're not alone. If you feel comfortable, share your experience in the comments. Your first name, your age, or where you're watching from. I read every message. And your story matters more than you know. Now let's start where real strength actually begins. There's a quiet kind of strength we lose without noticing. The strength to push open a heavy door. To open a stubborn jar. To lift ourselves up from a chair without bracing our hands. To push our body up from bed in the morning. Most people don't realize they're losing this strength. Until one day, they need it. And suddenly, it's not there like it used to be. That's because this kind of strength doesn't come from walking. It comes from intentional resistance. And the first movement is one of the safest, simplest, yet most underestimated exercises you can do after 60. It starts by standing tall and facing a wall. That's it. Just you and a wall. At first glance, it looks almost too simple to matter. But what it triggers inside your body is anything but simple. When you press into the wall with intention, you create mechanical tension inside your muscles. This tension sends a message deep into your muscle cells. That says, we are being challenged. Your body responds through a process called mechanotransduction. That's how your body converts effort into growth. Unlike walking, which only activates your upper body at about 20 to 30% of its potential, this movement activates your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core at over 60% capacity. That's real stimulation. Enough to spark new muscle fibers. Enough to improve strength. Enough to maintain independence. Yes. Even at 70. Even at 80. And here's what makes it especially powerful for older adults. It's low impact. There's no pounding on your joints. No stress on your knees or hips. No risk of falling. Just your body and gravity working with you, not against you. But the benefits go far beyond strength. As we age, gravity slowly pulls us forward. Shoulders round. The upper back curves. The chest collapses inward. And when that happens, your lungs don't have as much room to expand. Breathing becomes shallower. Energy drops. Sleep quality declines. This wall press strengthens the muscles that pull your chest open and help realign your spine. Better posture isn't about looking younger. It's about functioning better. When your posture improves, breathing becomes deeper. Digestion improves. Pressure on your spine decreases. Sleep becomes more restorative. There's another layer most people never talk about. Breathing. As you press into the wall and control your breath, you train your diaphragm and intercostal muscles. These muscles are essential for full, efficient breathing. Better breathing means more oxygen to your brain, less fatigue, better mental clarity, improved emotional calm. And then there's the nervous system. Each controlled repetition teaches your brain to send clear, precise signals to your muscles. That improves coordination, stability, reaction time, all things that help prevent falls before they happen. So here's how to do it safely and effectively. Stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Gently engage your core, no holding your breath. Slowly bend your elbows. Bring your chest toward the wall. Keep your elbows at about a 45-degree angle. Lower until your nose is a few inches from the wall. Then exhale and press yourself back to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. Rest for 1 minute. Perform 2 to 3 sets, 3 times per week. If it feels too easy, step your feet slightly farther back. If it feels too difficult, move closer to the wall. Progress comes from control, not force. Most older adults can safely perform this movement. But if you've had recent shoulder surgery, severe shoulder pain, or unstable joints, always check with your doctor or physical therapist. This isn't about punishment. It's about progress. I once worked with a woman named June. She was 71, lived alone, proudly independent. She started doing this movement 3 times a week. After 1 month, her upper back pain eased. After 2 months, she noticed carrying groceries felt easier. By the 3rd month, she told me something I'll never forget. I feel like my upper body belongs to me again. That's what this movement does. It reconnects your brain and your muscles. It restores ownership of your strength. It won't make headlines. It won't impress anyone at a gym. But it might help you open that tight jar. Or push yourself out of bed tomorrow with more confidence than you had today. And that's real power. Now let's talk about the movement that quietly determines independence. There is one ability that shapes how long you can live on your own. Not running, not flexibility, not endurance. It's the ability to lower yourself and stand back up again. You do it dozens of times a day. Getting off the toilet, standing from a chair, getting out of a car, climbing stairs. But once your legs weaken, these everyday actions start to feel like obstacles. That's when independence begins to slip. This movement doesn't just build muscle. It rebuilds confidence. It targets quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, your entire lower chain. But more importantly, it retrains your neuromuscular memory, the pattern of sitting and standing that many people slowly lose after 60. And when done with intention, this movement triggers something remarkable. Large muscle groups signal your body to release natural growth hormone and testosterone even later in life. Not through pills, not through supplements, but because your brain recognizes this movement as essential for survival. In fact, a study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health followed 200 seniors for 16 weeks. Those who practiced this movement 4 times a week gained nearly 4 pounds of lean muscle, reduced their fall risk by almost 50%. That's fewer injuries, fewer hospital visits, more years of independence. Strong glutes stabilize your pelvis, support your spine, improve walking gait, Strong quadriceps give you power to rise. Calves and hamstrings provide control. Together, they form the foundation you stand on. Literally. I've seen people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s regain the ability to stand without assistance because of this one movement. Here's how to do it. Find a sturdy chair. Place it on a non-slip surface. Stand in front of it with your feet shoulder-width apart. Toes slightly turned outward. Extend your arms forward for balance. Now lower yourself slowly. Push your hips back first, not your knees forward. Keep your chest lifted. Eyes looking ahead. Lower until your hips lightly touch the chair. Pause. Then press through your heels and stand up with control. Squeeze your glutes at the top. That's 1 repetition. Start with 8 to 10 reps. Rest 90 seconds. Perform 2 to 3 sets, 4 times per week. If needed, sit fully between reps at first. Progress happens 1 controlled repetition at a time. If balance is an issue, place the chair near a wall or counter. Always listen to your body. I remember Linda, 68 years old. She used to push her hands into her thighs to stand. After 6 weeks of this movement, she said, for the first time in years, I stood up without using my hands. I felt strong. That's not fitness. That's freedom. If you're over 60, here's something important to remember. You don't need to train harder. You need to train smarter. Muscle loss isn't a life sentence. It's a signal. Respond with consistency, not intensity. 2 or 3 short sessions a week can change everything. Fuel your body with protein. Hydrate. Sleep. And above all, be patient with yourself. Strength after 60 isn't loud. It shows up quietly. When you stand tall. When you rise with ease. When you trust your body again. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment. Say, I'm starting today. Because every movement matters. And so do you.